All right, BobHellman.com. LeBron James Cavaliers blown out by the Celtics. This may have been his last home game. Watch this press conference. He is pissed. Check out the body language. And plus, he can't stand these reporters. He checks out his watch several times.
Flaring up, we normally don't see this type of performance out of you in a big game like this.
I think, of course, their defense had a little bit to do with it because they're on the court and they're very aggressive. But I just missed a lot of shots, missed a lot of open shots that I'm capable of making. And just like you said, we don't see it out of me a lot. So when it happens, it's a big surprise. So I mean, I'll go over the film, but they played me the same way they played me all series. And I just wasn't able to knock down those shots that I was able to get some good looks at.
You mentioned in Game 3 before it, you needed to be more aggressive. You were. The last two games early in the games, you really haven't been as aggressive on offense. Why the change when you were so successful?
No, it's not a change. I wasn't able to knock any shots down from the field, but I was still able to get to the free throw line early in the game. I don't think it's a change. I mean, I play according to the game and see how it's flowing. And I mean, we had a great flow. I mean, I wasn't able to get anything offensively going for myself, but I was still able to, to do some other things and get some rebounds, get some assists, and get guys going early in the game. And it was a good game to start the game.
LeBron, back to your right. Paul Pierce's game was a little bit better, obviously, than the series average. Was he doing anything different on the offensive end, or was it just a product of...
First time he looks at his watch right there.
Series average. Was he doing anything different on the offensive end, or was it just a product of him finally hitting open shots that he was missing throughout the rest of the series?
Well, Paul came out aggressive. But he did a good job of just trying to attack and just trying to get a good feeling for the game. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well from the field, but he was aggressive and he was able to get 11 rebounds also while doing that. So, he's a good enough player where you feel like you just can't stop. You hope to contain him, but he was able to get it going. Mostly the whole team and their whole starting five, especially the big three, had it going all game.
LeBron, how did your elbow feel tonight?
Feel good. I ain't had no problems with it.
This is potentially the last home game you guys play here this season. If this doesn't go well in the next game, how did you feel about that tonight in that context?
Didn't even think about that. I feel like Game 6 is a huge game for us. Game 5 was a huge game. We just didn't come out and play particularly well all game. I think in the first quarter we didn't play particularly.
LeBron's tushy gets very itchy now.
But me sitting up here and saying it was potentially our last game here for the season, that it wouldn't be me, it wouldn't be our team.
What's going on?
LeBron, Ken Berger from CBSSports.com down in front of you. Dan Berger's...
All right, this is the one you have to just rewind. Ken Berger, CBSSports.com. LeBron is like, he first of all, he is so uninterested in the dude's name. And then he gives a good long look at the watch, which, by the way, probably costs more than this guy makes in 3 years. All right, let's just watch this again. I love it.
LeBron, Ken Berger from CBSSports.com down in front of you. Dan Berger's talked before the game about his team was able to find its identity in the playoffs. Do you feel like your team is still trying to find where its identity is?
Oh, my God. This is the identity. I'm going to track you down, Ken Berger, CBSSports.com. What kind of a question is that? Do you feel your team is still trying to find its identity? Why don't you ask a real question? Come on. This is not some philosophical nonsense. No wonder LeBron is looking at his watch. By the way, look at that bad boy. Look at that freaking watch. That's easily $250,000. Easily. Because the one I'm wearing is $200,000. No!
No, I don't think so. I think we know what it takes to win as a team. But at the same time, we haven't played great basketball. That's been all playoffs. We had a few stretches, we had a few quarters, we had a few games where we played particularly well, but for a collective group throughout the whole playoffs, we haven't played great basketball. So I don't feel like it's an identity thing. I just think it's a consistency thing, and we haven't had that.
Marcus Wells, out in the day show here in the front. In your mind, what can be done to pick up the pace out there on the court?
Finally, a real question.
Well, first of all, offensively, you got to shoot the ball well. You got to shoot the ball particularly well sometimes against a very aggressive defensive team. And when you don't shoot the ball, they continue to shrink and shrink and shrink the floor and make you shoot outside shots. And if you're not knocking those down, then it could be a long night. So we shot 41% from the field, and I mean that's never going to help us win a game at that point when we're not executing, I think, offensively.
LeBron, over here on your right, how did it feel to be booed by your home crowd?
That's not a big thing. I mean, we played awful. I mean, they got every right to boo us if they want to. When you have a game like that, a huge game, so no disrespect to the fans. I mean, they've been great to us. We try to go out there every game and try to give it our all, but I mean, they see us. They've seen us at the highest level. They've seen us at the lowest level. So, if they feel like it was the right to boo, then so be it.
Right.
All right, when I rudely interrupted you, you were saying they were in state of shock.
Yeah, first of all, that was rude of you, but
No,
I'm used
we
to
had to
it.
hear LeBron. It was live. Come on.
LeBron's got to come out like gangbusters.
No twit.
Games like the next one on the road, they're not for role players, they're for stars. Because role players follow, they don't lead. That's what they call stars, superstars. He got to come out like he did in Game 3. Their coach, I don't think he has the personality to fire them up. He's a
He is so right. By the way, Charles, his name is Mike Brown.
terrific coach, but he doesn't have that it factor. So
I think.
I look at the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's got to be one guy. It was Shaq in his day. It's Kobe. It was Kevin Garnett when he first got to Boston. It's one of those guys where your leader has to come out like gangbusters, and everybody got to follow, like he did in Game 3. Game 3 was a must-win for the Cavaliers, and
So
that's
was this one game.
But see,
six.
that's the thing I'm surprised. I said when we talked earlier, I don't mind guys having a bad night. Some nights you don't make shots. But in this game, I was disappointed in LeBron not being aggressive. I've had bad games, but let me tell you something. It wasn't I don't mind, like Kenny say sometimes, if you're 1 for 5, you don't even know if you're not having a bad night. But I was going to be 1 for 15, then I know I'm going to be aggressive. And I didn't see that at all tonight.
Celtics, they're sitting there saying no one believed. And now you have to believe. You have to understand that this is why they call basketball a team sport. Because it does take a collection of guys to get it done. One guy can get you kick-started, but it's still going to take the Mo Williams to take the challenge and say, I'm going to guard Rondo. It's still going to take Antoine Jameson to say the challenge and say, I'm going to guard Kevin Garnett, who's basically having his way in the post every time they need a key basket. It's going to take other players as well. So, yes, Boston Celtics are proven to everyone it is a collection that will always beat an individual.
Game 6 is Thursday night. Hey, NBAstore.com, they've got all the great playoff teams.
Yeah, they do. They got it all. BobHellman.com. I got it all for sale, too. Actually, I don't have anything for sale because I'm not about shilling stuff. All right. Not yet. Asta pasta.